Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, today I want to talk about mental health and the entrepreneur. This is a really huge topic lately. With all the things going on in the world over the last 6 months, it's more important now than ever to talk about this. In the past 5 months, there have been massive increase in rates of suicide, depression, panic, anxiety, domestic violence. A lot of people are also feeling rushed to do things faster and quicker, more quicker than you like. You may also be experiencing sleep issues, having and feeling a lot more stressed than usual, and also having a really challenging time making decisions, as well as a whole host of other things. So I just wanted to let you know that you are not alone. So many other people, myself included, have been going through the same thing right now. So I wanted to share with you a few things that you can do to help with these mental health issues and just overall well-being for you and your life, especially as an entrepreneur. I mean, being an entrepreneur, it's very challenging anyway. So first thing is to recognize your triggers, okay? Recognize what throws you into panic or anxiety or feeling stressed out. Is it money issues? Is it lack of sleep? Is it that you haven't eaten maybe? Is it alcohol? Is it caffeine? Is it past trauma? Really give yourself permission to recognize what things are triggering you into feeling unsettled or feeling stressed out or feeling rushed or feeling depressed. Really give yourself permission to just recognize, okay, why am I feeling this way? What triggered this feeling for me today? And the next thing is when you recognize what these triggers are, explore and diffuse these triggers. So what does that mean? Ask yourself, what is this trigger? Is it that maybe I have money issues? Okay, so let's dig deeper into that. Or maybe you didn't eat, today. Maybe you didn't sleep well. Maybe you had a drink yesterday and now you're feeling anxious. So all of these things can contribute to these feelings of overwhelm and these feelings of like, oh my gosh, like what is going on? So really look at what are they and where did these triggers come from? Where did these feelings come from? And then ask yourself, how can you lessen these triggers or these stressors in your life? This is a huge thing because so many times when we feel stressed out, when we feel depressed or panicky or whatever, we run from them because we don't like that feeling. We don't like feeling stressed out. We don't like feeling panicky. And when you run away from it, you miss the opportunity to lean into it and find out why this is coming up. Stress, anxiety, depression, all these things are beautiful signals to you saying, ding, 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 hello, something's not right here. And when you lean into it, you explore it and you start to say, okay, why am I feeling this way? What's really going on? Then you lean into it, then you can explore it and find out the wisdom held within it. Some of you might think that sounds cheesy, and that's totally okay. It is a little bit cheesy, but when you lean into it and you're like, oh, that's why I feel this way. Okay, and you're gonna be so amazed at how many aha moments you start to get by leaning into these feelings instead of running away from them and trying to avoid them. So when you start to recognize what your triggers are, you lean into them a little bit so that you can start to diffuse them and recognize the root cause of them, then I would encourage you to get support for these triggers. Now, you can get support from a therapist, from a coach or a mentor or a trusted friend or advisor. I personally see a therapist once a month, whether I think I need it or not, simply because I do have panic and anxiety disorder, and I've suffered from it since 2004 was when I was officially diagnosed. However, I did have anxiety before that, but 2004 is when I had a full-blown panic attack. I was driving, I had my ex-grandmother-in-law in the passenger side, my kids in the back, and then her 2 dogs. We were actually taking her dogs to the vet, and everything just kind of came closing in on me while I was driving, and I was like, oh shit, what's going on here? And it was horrific. It was absolutely horrific. And since then, I have worked very diligently to find out what my triggers are. When I see a spike in anxiety or a spike in depression or a spike in any of the things that make me feel like not grounded and not sure-footed, I lean into it and say, okay, what am I not doing? Like what's going on? And so when I say what am I not doing is, have I had alcohol that I know triggers anxiety? Have I had caffeine? Have I walked today? Have I slept well? Have I had enough water? Have I had my supplements? And so when I recognize that I'm feeling anxious, I've done the work. I've leaned into it. I find out, okay, this triggers my anxiety. So what can I do to diffuse this? What can I do to prevent this from being an issue later on? I know lack of sleep and lack of food is a trigger for me. So if I'm feeling anxious and I know that I haven't slept well, I give myself some grace and go, I didn't sleep well, so I'm going to give myself some extra time. And so that's what I'm going to actually share with you next is, how can you support yourself during this time when and if you do feel like you need some extra TLC from yourself? Give yourself extra time, okay? That's the biggest thing. Give yourself extra time. Take things at a slower pace. And when you take things at a slower pace, you're going to be more able to really accurately interpret what's going on. Because if we try to rush through things, which a lot of the times when people feel anxious, you want to, or you almost feel the need to rush through things very quickly because you want to hurry up and get stuff done. So if you do have a panic attack, then you know that all your stuff is finished. So give yourself some extra time. And I promise you, that's one of those things that you're going to start to feel so much more in alignment with it. Another thing is schedule some self-care, okay? Schedule self-care. Time in nature every day. Get some extra sleep. Get a massage for yourself. Go to the chiropractor and get a full body adjustment. Do some meditation. Do some energy work or some healing work. That is hands down so beneficial and so good. Another thing, you might need to take medication. You know, I personally am unable to take prescription medications. I'm allergic to pretty much all of it. So I take CBD. I take fish oil and other supplements that support mental health and support my overall well-being. You can also take valerian or melatonin or lavender before you go to bed to help you sleep well. But hands down, give yourself permission to honor and recognize your energy, where it's at right now. Honor where you're at and give yourself permission to lean into the emotions that you're feeling so that you can fully be supported and you can fully support yourself at this time. Now, if you want to lean deeper into this and want to dig deeper into this topic, I'm actually hosting a full class about this called Mental Health and the Entrepreneur next Monday at noon Central Standard Time. So what I want you to do is click the link in the comments, save your spot, and join me if you really want to have a beautiful idea and picture on how you truly can take control of your mental health once and for all and be able to feel so supported for yourself and also maybe for your clients in the future when you start to really get a handle on this. So click the link in the comments and I hope to see you there.